Alright, hello, we're back at it again. I'm going to teach you guys how to draw some hands or whatever the fuck I'm going to be teaching you to draw today. We got some lofi hip hop radio music in the background, but you guys won't probably hear this if you're not on the Instagram or all that other shit. You may be wondering why I'm talking so smooth right now. Well, I got some coffee and I got some hot cocoa. So how can I not be this chocolatey smooth right now? Mm, mm, mm. Like grandma just came down and just stuffed your gullet with some mashed potatoes that was dry as fuck, and you had to swallow it down with the last bit of spit that you had left in your mouth. Fucking fantastic. All right, we got some live models in here. Not live models, but we got some live model references over here. We're just gonna do that as it is. We're gonna get to it. I'm gonna test this pen out. If this pen works, I'm gonna use it. If not, fuck off. All right. If you are below the ages of 18 in some countries or some parts of the US, and some other parts you are technically not an adult. You should not be watching this. I will be saying whatever the fuck is on my mind. Some of it will be bleeped out, but the editor can't get all of it because the editor is a cheap asshole. But it is what it is, right? Oh man, just gonna focus off on some hands now. I'm just half-assing it, doing the cheapskate way of doing things. In this particular picture, the life model is has the hands in a peculiar way, and yeah, I'm just gonna rough through it real quick. Obviously, I'm gonna be failing left and right. Bear with me, but that's the process of going with it. You feel me? We're gonna go for a little bit of realism for some of these. We're just gonna go and do whatever the fuck we need to do. We're just gonna get the form down and just get some learning experience in there. Just making sure that we understand the world of art. Yeah, thank you for coming along this road with me. We're gonna be doing it as needed. Once again, this recording. Part of the aspect of this teachery, if you will, is all done live. I do this. I don't record. I don't record afterwards. I record during because that's where you get the full-on life lessons from yours truly. Even though not all of them are on point, if you will. Yeah. So we're just gonna keep on moving on. Saying I'm reaching for a certain number, so we're gonna try and reach for that number. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy the show. All right. So if you're wondering how to usually draw hands, this is how I do the process. I start with a box and then I build the fingers from there. Sometimes it's good to build the knuckles, sometimes it's not. It really depends on who you are, where to start and where to finish. Um, yeah. I'm gonna be doing as many weird things as I can with these thumbs and these fingers, these little digits right here. Oh man, this is smash-tastical. Oh man, look at all of the things that you can be drawing right now. If you haven't drawn hands before and you're learning from me, you came to the wrong place. Yeah. So we're just gonna focus on some realism a little bit. I got the music playing in the background so we can have some chocolatey tones while I hit you with these chocolatey tones. Haha. Yeah. Mm. Real fan freaking tastic. Now, the trick about hands is that you want to break it down as simple as possible because there's a lot of stuff in there and there's a lot of detail that can be easily lost in more detail and or heightened, if you will, by more detail. Um, so we're just gonna go on through this. A lot of people have been asking me how to draw, and or how did I learn how to draw, and this is pretty much the process that I took. The long grilling stuff. I I started out just drawing Dragon Ball Z, You know, I think a lot of people start off Dragon. If Dragon Ball Z didn't entice you, then you obviously you didn't have a life to live. You feel me? So yeah, no, Dragon Ball Z was my life, and it got me into drawing. Then I got heavily into Marvel trading cards. That's what also helped me to draw. And yeah, after that, it was just a wrap. I just loved to mimic the artwork. Now it didn't come out right, but hey, it is what it is sometimes, right? Sometimes you just got to go on that magical journey and make sure you understand what's going on with life. So, as you can see here, as soon as I feel like I messed up, it's either you quit or you keep pushing. You got to make that conscious decision. Conscious decision, yeah. Yeah, that conscious decision to either keep going and or to stop right there immediately. Now, the thumb, what I like to do is separate the thumb, as you can see here, make it its own little, I don't know the name of the shape. I was gonna say cucumber, but that's not a cucumber. It's a weird wishbone that completes at the top. I don't like a bowling ball pin. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Bowling ball pin. Now, just remember the knuckle placement and just remember your anatomy as best as you can when you go down to these these forms. If you don't know anatomy, start learning it. As the faster you learn it, the faster you can get out the way to draw cooler shit. If you just want to skip that and just go draw cool shit, yeah, but come back to anatomy and your cooler shit will be drawn even cooler. Think about Coolio on LL Cool J Cool. That's the type of cool we're gonna aim for. Uh, yeah, as you can tell, I sound like a happy little camper. Well, I kinda am. Some think I'm high. I say, when did I ever come down? Uh, yes. So I'm just gonna keep on getting at it. As you can see, I'm stretching the proportions just a little bit. I'm not doing the best at what I'm doing right now, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's me taking a break. Yes, I can take a break because the fuck I said I can, bitch. So, you know, we're gonna take it as it is. Let's see, we're gonna get our proportions right. We're gonna really focus. The hardest thing right now I have noticed is to focus while drawing because obviously I'm thinking about the very next thing I'm gonna say, and art has become pretty much a mechanical thing for me. I draw every day. I draw every night. I draw in the evening. I draw in the dawn. I draw whenever the fuck I feel like it, and I draw when I don't feel like it. So I draw whenever I can. I tell jokes whenever I can, except for now because apparently I'm supposed to be teaching. There's more of a focusing environment. The beat is swelling, and so are my tiddly feelings. And I'm gonna let the beat carry me away for a little bit, but I'm still gonna be talking as I re anticipate this feeling. Now I'm just I feel like I am not shaping this one out just as the one where I need to. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of time and put a little bit more focus on certain parts of it. Now I may be switching up my pen because I noticed the black it is sometimes it's hard to control because it's so intense, and sometimes it's better to go with a different color. Don't be bogged down by one idea. Always let it keep it rough, keep it loose. You never know what's gonna come at you. You never know what's not gonna come at you. So just let life kind of take you with your art, but always kind of have a purpose. Obviously, my purpose is to get some decent hand sketches out of this, just so I could come back and look back at it and say, hey, not just that I did it, but more of a reference for me later. When I'm old, decrepit, and my references in my mind are gone, I could just look back at this and like, oh yeah, I did learn how to do this, and probably relearn it again, or whatever I'm gonna do. If I die early, then I die early. Yes, I'm morbid like that, but who isn't deep down inside? Now, I am gonna rough out this thumb a little bit better because I feel like I gave this particular person a massive thumb. Oh yes, yes. You know, I like it when the reporters talk that in that matter of factual way. You know what I'm talking about? Like, as a matter of fact, Tom, I disagree. And yeah, I just love the way that they portray that. Now we're getting that arm in. We hear some people in the background hawking up some spit, but we ain't gonna let that spit shine on our parade. Now I completely fucked up on this hand, but it is what it is. You gotta take the good with the bad. Like I said, I'm gonna switch out the pen now. I've done about, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six of those hand thingies, and I'm going to take off the cap, which I should have done beforehand, and get right back into it. Now, like I said, I'm going to start with that box. If there is any ink left in this pen, oh my gosh, this is not an embarrassment, but a complete and total travesty. But either way, we're gonna keep it popping. Let's see if we got some red. Oh my gosh, we got some red. We have got some red there. Now we're gonna make these really small hands, really tiny hands, so we could just get some more in there. We just want to really focus putting it all in there. Now let's see, we got the frame of the hands. This is how all the hands are gonna fit in there. I'm going to do the knuckles right here just to give us a sense of how the knuckles can move, the base of the knuckles. In this particular picture, I'm kind of messed up a little bit, but we can always fix our mistakes. That's the best thing about art, especially in the beginning stages. You can always fix your mistakes. Now, this particular person has just a little bit chubbier hands, so I'm just going to draw the whole entire thing. Just not the whole entire thing. Let's save some room. I'm getting a little bit too overconfident in my drawing. Um, it's good to have a little confidence, but a little confidence goes a long way sometimes. You're gonna need to scale it back. Sometimes you just need to scale it back. Now, what this person is doing particularly is playing the trombone, I believe, and the way that they're holding it is very peculiar. So we're just gonna pretend that trombone isn't there, and we're just gonna rough out the hand motions and whatnot. Don't forget the palm. There's always, as you can see in my hand, there's two sections. One part of the palm, another part of the palm, right here in the bottom half, and then this whole half that moves almost all in unison, which is pretty much all connected. At this point, like I realized that all of this area right here is one giant piece. This area is one giant piece, and the rest are just giant, tinier pieces. They're not giant, but they're tiny. Or whatever the fuck I didn't say that was supposed to be the right words to say. I don't care. But let's get back into the jazz trombone playing hands. Oh my gosh, these are some sexy hands. And let's make them sexy as they're meant to be. Now, for me, for the longest time, it's like when you see hands, I always draw them in a certain. I used to draw them just as big sausages. I couldn't imagine them turning a certain way. I felt like the knuckles always had to be visible and that you could always see every single knuckle each and every time. But depending on how the hand is, some things overlap and sometimes things aren't really shown. As we can see here, one part of the hand is overlapping the other, and we gotta show that in the art. Now, like I said earlier, the more detail that you add, sometimes it could take away, and sometimes it could add. So sometimes you really gotta judge. And if you don't know when to judge, just keep drawing some more. Not on that particular picture, but draw somewhere else. Feel like if you need to come back to it, if it's unfinished to you. That is if you have time. Sometimes you don't have time, and you need to put out there as soon as you get it out there. But it is what it is. I'm going to call it quits on this particular hand, and I'm going to move on to the next one. And just so I can get a little of a framework, we're going to get the side of this, and we're going to start off with that box. And we're going to come back, right? We're going to come back into the wrist. Now, the wrist does some weird things with the bone edge, because it could pop out just like right over here, and then the skin, and then some cartilage or whatever comes out, and it just becomes like this nice, fantastic feel. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep on going, and I completely messed up because I got distracted. See, sometimes it's not that good to get distracted. So yeah, I'm gonna rough out this and fix this as best as I can because I hate to quit. I feel like that would be a waste of a tree. And a waste of a tree is like me killing Mother Earth for no damn freaking reason. And I would hate to do that. I recycle as best as I can, but sometimes you can't recycle, especially when your city just puts all the trash in one place and doesn't decide to recycle. But that's all speculation. That's not a actual fact. I don't want my city coming after me and saying that I am spreading lies. Unless they're true lies, then I wouldn't mind spilling those true lies. But then again, those wouldn't be lies now, would it? It would be truths. Um, yeah. If you like this, please check out the other channel. We have other things on there where I don't talk like I'm in a radio shop, and I actually cuss and I go off on tangents and other stuff like that. Some say I like to talk. I personally just like the money that I make when I talk. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's a little. Sometimes it can pay the bills. Sometimes it can get me in and out of the strip club without any trouble being had. But that is life, and life is what it is. If you definitely like it, please drop a like in the page. Such stuff. I'm gonna try the blue again. I have faith that the blue should be working. Because I feel like I just bought this pen, but then again, I could be lying to myself and others. So I'm gonna make some circles. Yep. And we're making some marks. All right. I don't know what it is. Blue kind of has this common feeling to it where it allows you to really set the tone for what you want to do. For me personally, it's part of when I draw comic books. I used to draw with the blue pencil. At first, I used to buy that expensive stuff at the store for the pencils, but then I realized that the Crayola pack, it still does the same job. I mean, it's a blue, as long as it makes some blue marks that I could come in with some darker tones. That is all groovy. This reference is one of oh yeah, you guys don't see the reference that I'm drawing on my face. It's always good to draw from reference, especially when you're doing practice. When I do practice, I do a lot of references. If I'm drawing somebody else's character, references help out immensely. You don't know how immensely that they really help out. It's like literally looking at the book for the answers. And then what you do with the answers is what you do with the answers. Some people take the test. Some people just like to stare at the answers and say, fuck it, I want to do it my own way anyway. I just wanted to do a quick review. And that's how some people work. You gotta take the good with the bad. You got to diversify your bonds. Always diversify your bonds. Now, I'm kind of fucking up on the hand just a tad bit because it is a sexy little hand, and oh my gosh. But yeah. I'm just gonna, pop it off. My goal for this is like about 100 of these, but I'm not sure if I could do that all in one little take. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna do that in one take. But yeah, we're just gonna keep stretching the limits every time that we can. We're gonna try a different hand pose. We're trying to keep it as loose as possible. Yeah, just if you're not using your ass muscles and when you're drawing, then you're not drawing. You gotta get your ass in there. You just gotta get your ass in the ring. And if you can't get your ass in the ring, then why do it? Play to win, right? Never play to fail. I probably screwed up on a couple of parts right here. I'm just gonna fix this up just a tad bit, but then again, sometimes you just gotta call it quits and then start over on a new one. Like I said, these are just practice. Like I'm just trying to get them as quick as possible. Trying to get the refs down and just continue about the biz. As you can see, it's easier to mess up and or believe that you're getting there the more you draw. So just keep on drawing. You're gonna see a huge improvement. You're just gonna see huge improvement. So there I go again with that bowling pin for the thumb. It just helps me uh with the references, if you will. So yeah, just remember that little weird thing right there, and that happens. And then this right here, the knuckles usually meet around here, or at least that's what I believe. I probably could be wrong about this. I kind of don't pay attention as much as I probably should. So I'm the horrible person for this, but as soon as I know what I'm doing, I go straight for it, regardless if I know what I'm doing or not. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like if I spend too much time thinking about it, I'm just gonna end up not doing it. That's just life, you know. You move it or lose it. You know, if you think about running from the boulder, sometimes you don't have that time to really assess the situation. Sometimes you just gotta run and hope everything sorts itself out. You know, it's life is short. You gotta take the balls by the basket and really show it what's out there. You feel me? You feel me, dogs. Now, yeah, just remember proportions when you're drawing. Remember how forms can happen and or cannot happen. Um, if you are a negative Nancy, you know, some people like to hear the bad side over the good, but you know, that's all choices. Life is filled with choices. Once again, thank you for this ride. Come with me as I continue to expand my horizons on this lengthy thing called art. It's really a beautiful thing, you know, coming out here, learning, and then applying it to your art. If you're watching these videos just for entertainment value, that's cool too, I guess. But if you're watching it to learn, you should be drawing while you're watching this. Like, you don't have to be drawing what I'm drawing, you know. Just just constantly draw. I like when I look at new stuff. Depends on the technique. If I want to learn the technique, I draw along. If I don't want to learn the technique and I just want to like just watch something, you know, just in my field, then yeah, you know what I'm saying, just do it. Just don't be bogged down. Don't be bogged down by options. All right, don't just sit there and just let life pass you by. I've done that a lot. A lot of people have done that a lot, and there's no success in it. There's break periods. You gotta take breaks. I understand that, but you know, you still gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you gotta go to your job. You gotta go to your weddings. You gotta go to your funerals. You gotta go to your shit. If you're not that type of person, then you know you chose your life, right? You already know what you want out of this shit. Let nobody tell you otherwise. Some people like to go outside and party it up. This guy right here, and some people just like to just sit at home and watch TV, not do a damn thing. Mm, mm. Sweet, sweet cocoa. Oh man. Mm, 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 mm. I just got a message from my friend. I'm gonna check that out in a little bit, but in the meantime, let me uh let me continue down this journey. Uh, like I said, if you want to get the tips down and whatnot, then please, 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 uh, subscribe. Uh, you're gonna see more of this stuff. If you want to hear more of my funny, just me, just talking, which I don't see why anybody but my girlfriend would want to hear. Even if she doesn't even like that shit. Nobody likes me to ramble on, but apparently some people do. And they pay me for it. So if you want to not pay me for it, but still want to listen to my ramblings, then, you know, visit 700 Sketches. If you want to see some of my artwork, you can visit the website. If you're not already on the website, then yeah, please visit it. Or if you haven't already taken a look, then please go take a look. The link is in the description. Um, just pop over, you know what I'm saying, see something that you like, drop a like, or just hit me up and say, hey, keep it up, or, you know, words of encouragement always helps. people that's starting out and or not starting out. Doesn't matter. You can take it how you want to leave it, if you will, on that one. Yeah. So if you can support by just spend a little time, then please do. If you can't, then that's understandable. But you're a douchebag for not even putting in the effort to just click over the page. We put a lot of hard work into that website. All of us did, and I just want to get our work out there. And if you're out there and you're just watching this and you decide you're kind of debating whether or not to do it, then I would say go for it if you're not a punk bitch. But if you are a punk bitch, that's cool with your life too. You know what I'm saying? Do you? Uh, just remember you had options to not be swun and to look at the page that we put a lot of time and effort into. Some people think I'm black, but no, not really. I just woke up in a vat of chocolatey goodness, not hot chocolate like the ones I'm enjoying right now with some hot marshmallows with a little bit of coffee in it. Coffee brought to you by Pour. Thank you, Pour. Keep on pouring. Uh, yeah, yeah, coffee, covfefe, covfefe. Oh man. So what is good with you guys besides the art craze? You guys want that sweet art. Now I'm just getting some shadows in here. I'm about to move on. Don't worry. If you guys are worried about me spending too much time on this hands right here, but these hands are really beautiful. I just want to make sure I am doing these hands justice. Sometimes you want to come out with some beautiful hands. That was the purpose of all of this. I want to come out with some beautiful hands. Obviously, I want to have some beautiful hands in real life. If my hands aren't already beautiful, I don't really. I'm joking when I say that I actually judge people by their hands. I don't. It's a fickle world out there. I know some people do, so I know some people don't. But yeah, I am not one of those guys. Hands don't really. I mean, unless you got like lobster hands, that's when things get weird. Lobster hands aren't really my forte. I don't know why anybody would have lobster hands. I don't see anybody having lobster hands. I haven't looked up anybody that has done so. And if you have lobster hands, no offense, but I do not want to shake your hands. For obvious reasons, I prefer not to be fried. If you don't know what that means, watch Futurama Season 1. It's a beautiful series. If you haven't already, I advocate that show a lot. I want to have as many discussions as I can with people with it, and so obviously I will advertise that along with do rah 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 do that's the American racist namenology. We're supposed to be do la la la, but it is what it is. We got some hands in there, so we're just really rocking out to the hands. Let's go back to the red. I like the red. Let's just continue with some reddish in there. Let's get some red hands in there. That not to sound racist if that sounds racist. If it does, then I apologize. If it doesn't, then kudos for you for not taking it that way. And if you did, then toughen up, fruitcake, because at this point in time, anything anybody says, it will piss off anybody. So hey, sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. And the good right now is the fact that I don't give a fuck. And the bad right now is probably the fact that you do. And I'm at home sipping on this wonderful caffeinated chocolate. With the vanilla and marshmallows in it. And you're probably going on a Twitter storm and or social media rant on what I am saying. I love everybody. If that ever came across wrong, I do love everybody. To a certain degree, I have some people I hate. I don't love everybody. I mean, there's a particular group that I do not like. Most of them are family at this point in my life, but it is what it is. We keep the hatred in the clan. We don't spread it outwards. We don't spread it inwards. But then again, we do because we hate each other. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. You know what? Forget my earlier statement. I don't know what I'm saying with that one. Um. Yeah. Uh. Another question that I guess I get asked quite a few times is, why do I draw in pen? Um, that's actually a good question. Why do I draw in pen? Cause I can. I guess it's cheap resource. I could buy it over and over. The skill level is immaculate. It makes the appropriate stroke that I want to do without the least amount of resistance. It doesn't scratch up the page while doing so. It just glides across. It's really smooth, edgy. As you can see, I'm using some cheap ass paper made shit. Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of buying all these materials because, to be honest, I've seen a lot of artists out there. They buy all these materials and they still, excuse my French, suck balls. I mean, they just think better material just means better artwork. Sometimes it does, but it all comes from skill level. And a lot of people just get that confused whenever I say skill level because just so we don't get this confused in future, when I mean skill level, I mean whatever you can or you could currently pop out. Now your skill level could change, saying it's not like it's set in stone, it's just based off of how you want to learn. I've seen people that claim that they want to learn and they don't want to actually study the techniques and stuff like that. So you see that they stay the same. I've seen people draw those weird chibi animes, and I haven't seen anything progress. I've seen people draw quote unquote like a rip off of Tim Burton's style, and they don't progress because why? They choose not to. They just say, "Hey, I could draw like this. This is how I could draw," and they don't sharpen their tool. So that is, I mean, teach their own. There's every art style has its own fidelity, if you will. But I really think that if you want to progress as an artist, you need to learn. You need to just adapt and learn. On the business side, that's a little tricky because especially for artists because of most artists' mind states, introverted, very easy to get lost in your own artwork and to shy away from criticism. That's one of my things. I kind of shy away from criticism when I was first starting out, but then I'm at that point where it's like, what's wrong with it? And it's not more of like it is a challenge when I say what's wrong with it, but it's more like how can I get better? Whenever I hear whenever I hear artists get criticized, they usually say, well, it's blah blah blah, or they make excuses of why that's that or why that's there. They don't hear what you're trying to say. They just want to rebuke and try to justify whatever they want to do. And obviously, when they want to justify it, I personally, because at that point, it's like there's nothing you could say to improve on on their artwork. I've had plenty of people come up to me and like, "Hey, can you judge my artwork?" And then I start judging it, and then they get sulky, like, "Oh, why don't you like my artwork?" It's not that I don't like your artwork. It's just you're not. These are clearly unpleasant imperfections because art is subjective. I mean, there's no wrong way or right way to do art. You could just say like, "Hey, this doesn't appeal to me personally," and shit. So yeah, take that with you as well. And life lessons like art is subjective. You never know what's what and what's not. What everybody's gonna what everybody's gonna like. It's not what you're gonna like. 9 times out of 10, it's just the way life is. Like every girl in the world is not gonna like you. Every boy in the world is not gonna like you. It's just a select few that's gonna decide. I mean, this select few could be a huge majority, but there's gonna be some people. I guess what other people will call haters at this point in our society, who just not gonna be attracted. You know what I'm saying? They're just not gonna try and buy what you're selling, and that's cool. You gotta understand that with life. You know, some people want trash. Some people just want straight trash for their life, you know, and that's cool, you know, teach their own. But because the way I see it is, you know, if you like trash, then I'm gonna take this gem right here and you can put it in your trash. You know, I got a couple of friends out there that go for like the sloppiest hookers that they could find, and I'm like, yo, let's be real. And there's some tens out there in the hooker world. And you know, you could go for that, or you could go. I mean, if you're gonna spend the money, you might as well get one that's decent, right? And that has nothing to do with art, but it is what it is. Like I said, if you're watching this, you better be over the age of 18. If not, then this is what it is. You know the deal getting in. I made plenty of warnings. Yeah, yeah. So back to overlapping. When things overlap, you know, sometimes you're gonna get like this weird divot, right? Or that a little pinch, if you will, like where, see right here, this pinches, and to emphasize it, I just add in a little emphasis along the way, you know, just a showcase that is overlapping on that. It's just an easy way. Here's another example, like right here, like where the webbing comes together, like the finger starts separating and it becomes like a weird webbing area. That's a good way to distinguish it. It's just yeah, it just is what it is. So yeah, we're just gonna keep popping these off until we either cover the page or the music stops. If you came from the Instagram and you're looking for the song that was playing on the Instagram stuff, most likely it would be from these artists and the description as well. So if you want to listen to them, their SoundClouds are on the are gonna be in the description. And yeah, if you're wondering what I'm listening to right now, I'm listening to the hip hop version radio on YouTube. Chill out music. I can get it as soon as I am done right here with some knuckles and laying out of some fingers. I know I'm moving a little bit too slow for some people, but you know, as you're talking, you want to make sure that you get the right forms as well, and you're not doing the model injustice. Right? You're not Superman in this. You're not killing any jokers. You gotta just patch it through and make sure that these people understand that you care about every little line. And when I'm not figuring things out, when I'm just into the form, if you will, I go wild. I don't do this. I get my whole ass into it. I make arches. It's a beautiful thing when I go back and look at it and just seeing the motion, or at least feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Just feeling the energy of the room, and just amplifying it through the artwork. And that's all you gotta do is just amplify what you're looking at through the artwork. You gotta just let it go. Just gotta feel the art. If you're not feeling the art, then why are you doing it in the first place, right? You can't. You gotta feel the art. Now, right now, I just had the urge to quit on this one, but I'm not gonna quit on this one just yet. I'm gonna fight being lazy a little bit and just add in a couple little details right here and here. Just for myself, pretty much. And I haven't really done too much of it so far, but three lines seem to be like the average, like for the top knuckle, the little divot right there. But I mean, it's really, trust me. It's like I said, if you're drawing cartoons, you could draw. You don't even have to draw the knuckles. You just draw like Mickey Mouse this. But in order to really understand and make that Mickey Mouse thing work, sometimes it's good to just go back and, you know what I'm saying, unless you're doing Squidbilly work. You know, Squidbillies is really yeah, don't like, yeah, don't even try with Squidbillies. Use your left hand, use your right arm, like whatever like is your least dominant part of your body. Like if you could like wrap it around your knee and then draw, like that's how you draw Squidbillies. Like yeah. But yeah, we're gonna keep on. We're gonna actually gonna end it right here, just to give it a little time to breed. This has been another life drawing session with hands. We should be coming back. Like I said, we're going to try and do 100 of these. These are completely unrelated to 700 sketches. If you don't know what 700 sketches is, look that in. And if you like it, drop a like, subscribe. There's going to be more on the way. If you want to see what's coming up with Nail, if you came in here accidentally for Nail, then please check out the channel. Also in the description. You don't know how many stuff we have out here. So just be surprised when you see it if you haven't seen it already, and or if you have. It doesn't matter. Life is life. This has been drawn with one of the comedians that has graced Las Vegas and some parts of the U.S. like Arizona and New York and a little bit of Florida and all that good stuff like that. I'm not as funny as I am right now because it's sleepy time, and I have a cup of coffee and some hot cocoa. I'm gonna end it. You guys have a nice day, and peace out.